Hi, friends.
Hey, fellow educators, great to see you again. My name is Travis Leach.
And I'm Holly Durham, and we are co authors with Jeff Anderson of the Secondary Patterns of Power books.
So, in our explorations in literature, we want to continue to share with you some models worthy of discussion that we find. We're going to share another one today from a subject that I always enjoy chatting about with adolescents: poop.
Poop, absolutely. I mean, who doesn't want to talk about poop?
So we have from the book Who Gives a Poop? Surprising Science from One End to the Other by Heather Montgomery, a model that we've pulled out for further discussion. And we're going to talk to you just about some focus that we may use in our classroom with students to extend that learning.
Absolutely. And we really decided to have this one, and we'll also share some others of nonfiction because we've had a lot of requests for nonfiction and ways to get kids into nonfiction. So this is super accessible text. It's appropriate for middle or high school. And so let's talk about our model sentence.
Let's do it.
All right. So I was on the hunt for the poop train, 56 train cars filled with feces. And I wasn't the only one. NBC, CNN, NPR, the Wall Street Journal, everybody wanted to know about the sleepy little town called Parrish and the 10 million pounds of poop sitting in its rail yard.
Yeah, so you see, yes, the story of poop in Parrish.
Yeah.
We shared with you a little bit of a longer model. We felt like it would be a great connector between the two. To just leave one alone versus the other didn't really seem to do it justice as far as the discussion, the possibilities of discussion, putting this entire model in front of students.
Right. Well, you also have that the author repeats the exact same pattern. So the author uses the dash to clarify information and give a little extra information. Then they do it again right after. So it really gives a double dose of of a convention that we could look into.
Yeah, that's one focus phrase. I use dashes to add extra information that we feel like would be really well represented within this model. If you were to put this in front of students, you could continue with that learning through that focus phrase into imitation and into application. But do you want to talk about the other focus that we
Absolutely, yes. Well? So another focus that we really looked at is the use of capitalization. Because a lot of times you have kids, especially as they get a little older, they're moving into nonfiction text and social studies and science. And especially if you think about a lot of social studies, there's places and there's things that they don't know. But when they see the capital letters, that should help them and let them know that that's something important as they're reading. So as we look at this, conversations about the Wall Street Journal being capitalized might be something to talk about, as well as capitalizing acronyms. So things like NBC, CNN, those are things a lot of times that trip kids up. And the older they get and the more complex the texts are, capitalization might actually be something that you want to pull right back in. So
context
this
clue.
Absolutely. So as they look at things like you've got NBC, you've got Wall Street Journal, and you have Parrish. So even talking about why would those three different things be capitalized in the way they are. So those are really nice conversations. And this, just because it's intriguing to think about 56 train cars filled with poop, and I'm glad I don't live in Parrish, I'm just saying. But, that's going to draw them in, and then we have those deep conversations, which, as always, is what we hope for with Patterns of Power.
Yeah, so we hope this is a helpful resource for you that you enjoy as you interact with your students around one of the favorite adolescent topics that you can think of.
I don't know. I know some adults who will talk about it. All right. Thank you, guys.